Good morning, everyone around this beautiful world of us. Before we can go any further, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people all around the beautiful world, I need to ask you guys a very important question. Can you subscribe to my channel? Help us grow this channel. We would love to grow this channel. With your support, we can grow this channel. So please help this immaculate tortoise, this half man, half tortoise, this African tortoise, grow his channel. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, today advice, I don't know, conversation. We're still trying to figure this out, but we're gonna try our best. For the first time, we do not know how to go about talking about this video, but guys, I think I've got a clue where to start from. So, life itself, life is this life is mysterious. This life is unforgiving, and this life is the best teacher. Right? So build yourself up, guys. Reinforce yourself, reaffirm yourself, and rebuild yourself. Build upon what you have, right? Because you could spend 20 years doing something, you could spend 10 years doing something, you can spend 30 years doing something, and within a matter of seconds, boom, gone like that, right? Taken from you within a matter of seconds. Life is the greatest giver and the greatest taker, but you have to reinforce these things. You have to make sure that you're going back and reaffirming these things and rebuilding upon these things, or you can lose them. An example for me is at the beginning of the year, I was learning coding and I started becoming proficient in coding, but I neglected it. And here we are today trying to relearn code again. It's much more complicated, but code is complicated stuff. But once you pick it up, it's right back in the mind. And the, the easiest way to lose something, there are three for me. The first one is obviously distractions in life. There's so many distractions in life, like I've said before in my previous videos, you're bombarded left, right, and center when you go out there. And out there for me is the real world. That's the door. That's the way I leave the house. So if you go out there, when I go out there, there's so many distractions. The second one is just pure ignorance. When you become cocky and you think you know it all, even that itself can lead to you completely forgetting your humble roots, where you began from. There's been situations where I've learned something, I've become so good and I've become so cocky. And in that process, I forget the foundations upon which I learned what it was. And the third one is obviously just laziness. And the reason why I have forgotten the coding is sheer utter laziness. If I maintained my work ethic when it came to the coding, I'd be pretty efficient in it right now. But because I became very lazy, I just neglected it, I stopped learning the stuff, the mind has let it go. The mind says, okay, you don't want to hold on to this information, so we're going to let this information go, and I'm having to start again. It's not that it's completely released the information, it's there, but it's just like when you have a drawer in your house or something, or like a cabinet, and you put stacks of folders on top of the cabinet, and you forget about them for about a year, and you come back and like there's cobwebs on top of them, and you don't know what is where and where is where. It's like that. Once I start going through the code again, the mind instantly remembers, but it's not as majestic, just as proficient as it was back then when I put in a lot of effort to learn what it was that I was learning. So here we are today having to relearn the code, which is very disappointing, but it's my fault. And like I've said, life is the greatest giver and life is the greatest taker. And this thing that we have up here, this just absorbs. We are solely in charge of this divine piece of machinery or energy, or just cosmic essence, that God has given me and you. It absorbs, and we are in charge of this thing, and we have to keep reinforcing it. We have to keep reaffirming it. We have to keep rebuilding upon it. Otherwise, it lets go. I'll give you another example as well. When I was 19, 20, going back 18 years old, I used to be just sheer utter fitness. But again, in my 20s, distractions, ignorance, just arrogance, laziness, and I lost all my strength. It's only now that I've started going back to the gym, and even till this day, I'm struggling to pick up where I left there. And that's something, because that's physical, that's your body's well-being, and you cannot neglect that. But I became arrogant. I thought I was going to be young forever, and here we are at 33 years old. Not the same old, not the same old tortoise, but a few cranky bones here and there, but we're getting the strength back slowly. But again, my advice or my teachings or my therapy, because that's what YouTube is. It's advice, teachings, or therapy is you need to reinforce, you need to reaffirm, and you need to rebuild upon what you have. Otherwise, it will just go. Life is the greatest teacher. Life is unforgiving, and life is mystery. Life is a mystery, and it will take it or it will give it to you. And this is why I keep doing this on a daily basis, because I want to really, these vlogs are awesome. I enjoy these vlogs. I want to internalize this process. Sometimes the stuff is easy, sometimes it's difficult, but I have to keep building upon it. I have to keep reaffirming it so that the mind gets used to this, that, okay, this is what we're doing. We are trying to, first and foremost, form connections with people on YouTube. And if you love me, you watching this video right now, yes, if you're watching up to this point, thank you very much. If you love me, because I love me, and I know that you love me, and I love you, and I know that you love you. And do you know why? Because we are brethren, brothers and sisters. We're supposed to look out for each other. And yes, life is, we're all trying to survive at the end of the day. I understand this, it's very simple logic. The processes of life, or the mechanisms of our civilizations, or the way we go about our daily business, we are all just trying to survive, right? That's the purpose of it. But we can help each other out. 4 sets of hands is better than 2, right? It gets better that way, guys. And God, our divine Father, the creator of this universe, the supreme being, intended for us to work together. And also intended for us to not forget what we have learned, to reinforce. If it's important to you, yes, rebuild upon it, keep reinforcing it, keep going back at it, no matter how difficult it was. I was a bit skeptic about this video, but thanks to my Patreons, my teachers, my elders, my guiders, they always keep reinforcing these things in my mind. You have to keep going back at it, and I think this video itself has not been too bad, And also, the greatest teacher of them all, G.O.D, is always, his ever-loving presence is around. It's always there to reinforce his belief in me whenever I feel as if I don't have any belief in myself. And of course, again, God, the divine supreme being, the one who created the world, the one who sustains the world, intended for us to reinforce, to rebuild, and to maintain, to reaffirm what it is that we are doing if it's important to us. You can build yourself up physically, you can build yourself up financially, you can build yourself up in so many ways, but in an instance, less than a second, it can be gone like that. And again, this thing up here, unfortunately, it's not meant to work like that forever. It's only temporary, and I understand that, but you have to reinforce it in the time that you have. With that said and done, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people all around the beautiful world, fist down, toes down, gorilla, be like a gorilla, chest out, be the alpha, be the alpha, be like the omega, be strength. If you're going through difficult times, if you feel lost, if you feel as if you've lost it all, if you feel as if the pressure is on you, if you feel sad, if you feel let down, if you feel anguish, tragedy, sorrow, just the negative feelings, that are a part of life, unfortunately. Simplest thing you can do is pray. Beloved brother, beloved sister, I love you guys truly with all my heart, because we are brethren. We have to love each other. And I was saved by God. He told me, take my hand and let's go. And I said to him, away we go. Here we are, guys. So that started with me with prayer. And I'm saying this to let you know that prayer is the answer. So pray and you find strength in yourself. Have an amazing day. God bless you. I'll see you in the next vlog. Peace out.